Hello, everyone, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for this week of April 11th. I am loving the energy this week. It's about dedication, it's about hard work. So let's jump into it. We have the Seven of Cups, the Fool, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Wands, my favorite, the Knight of Coins, and the Four of Coins. I love this energy because what's being asked of us this week is to decide if we are going to really start these new beginnings in our lives, especially when it comes to our relationships. Whether you're already in a developed relationship, you're single, you're looking, or you're just putting yourself out there more socially. The lesson this week is that we have to actually put in the work, guys. We actually have to put in the time, the effort, the energy, the vulnerability to reap wholeness, to cultivate healthy, long lasting and fulfilling relationships. I think the reason I love this energy so much is because we are in a time, an era of dispensability, of instant gratification. When things get tough or a little challenging, not for us, try something different. If something doesn't go our way or rubs us wrong a little bit, bye. That's not how life works. Whether you're trying to cultivate a garden, a business, a relationship, it takes time, it takes hard work, and it takes effort. And that's what the lesson and the guidance of this week is. Starting out with the Seven of Cups, like, look at, stop procrastinating. If you want something fulfilling and healthy and long lasting, it's also going to be on you to not be wishy washy, to put both feet in. Of course, I'm talking about healthy choices here. And we have it with the Fool. Whenever we have it with the Fool, this would denote that a lot of us really have not done that. It's natural. We've had our challenges, we've had our successes, and we've had our downfalls. And they're saying, look at it, we want to have this new experience of happiness and wholeness. And we have it with the Two of Cups. This speaks a lot to our relationships. This speaks to positive conflict resolution, learning how to work together, whether romantically, platonically, someone close to you. The Two of Cups is a very kindred spirit. So yes, it does really kind of point to romantic relationships, but it doesn't have to be. If you're single out there, this would be saying, look at, if you want to be in a relationship now, if this is what you're feeling, then do it wholeheartedly. Not, pardon my French, but not half-assed. As you're going in there saying, I'm going in there because I want to share my life, my world with somebody. And it's not about having my walls up. It's not about, if this rubs me wrong, then I can just leave. It's like, no, if I want to grow, I got to develop roots. And that requires breaking and digging and pushing in the mess. And it doesn't have to be toxic, and it has to be healthy. And that's what this is. You have it with the Nine of Wands. This is a week of perseverance, of pushing through. Whenever you have that Nine of Wands, you've come so far. All of us, we've come so far. We've been through so much. And it's about standing our ground. It's about, it might be a little uphill and it might feel a little challenging right now, but that doesn't make it bad. You ever been on a great hike? Yeah, the incline is painful, but the view at the top is breathtaking. And that's what they're saying here. They're saying, look at, you've come a long time, believe in yourself, have courage. They're not telling you to break boundaries. They're not telling you to do anything unhealthy. Of course not. Stand your ground here. But if you're like, you know what, I'm dedicated to this business partnership, to this relationship, to this marriage, I'm going to work together. I'm going to work through this. Now, please understand, I am not talking about toxic, abusive, or unhealthy situations. I'm talking that life, the change is the only constant. Ebb and flow is the nature of this dimension. That's why we have seasons. So relationships of all kinds are going to have their rocky patches. They're going to have this energy of friction. We are entering eclipse season, guys. So we're really going to be feeling this. And they're saying, look at, don't allow your head to get to you. Don't allow all those old fears. Maybe you've worked really hard to get through your fears of abandonment or rejection, your trust issues over here. And they're saying, look at, your mind is going to make up all kinds of scenarios, but they aren't real. Thoughts are not real. They have potentiality. To make them real, we have to continue to focus on them and give them energy. And energy comes through our emotions. And they're saying, don't feed that. 99% of the things that you're scared about in this particular challenging situation this week, it's not going to come to pass. You have it with the Queen of Wands. They're saying, look at, you're acting out of fear. You're acting out of old programming and conditions. When you have the Queen of Wands, you're like, you're a vibrant soul. Be confident in yourself. Stand in your power. Now, this doesn't have to do with like fighting somebody. They're saying, look at, if you're having a challenging situation, don't shirk, don't run, don't get into this fearful mode. Remember who you are. Have confidence. Use that intelligence. And Queen of Wands, if anything, She doesn't underestimate herself. She communicates. She comes up with these creative solutions. Try that out. This week, we are not being challenged in a bad way. I think our perseverance, our determination is being brought out. And this is where good stuff is created. This is where, like, that binding energy. I can trust this person. I believe in this person. This person has my back because of this kind of work, because of what we put in. So, how can you go out there? Yes, be yourself, stand your ground, your boundaries, and be healthy, but work together. You have it with the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is, if anything, loyal, dedicated, hardworking. Honor the commitments that you made. Do not run. Now, I'm not saying don't exit toxic situations. I really want to highlight that. But they're saying, look, this is a time to buckle down, honor your commitments to one another, to yourself, to your word. If you said, you know what, this time around, I told myself I was going to be more open. I was going to be more vulnerable. I was going to be more loving. And I find myself shutting down, pulling back, isolating. Then get back in there. You have it with the Four of Coins. The Four of Coins is when we're struggling to change. Four of Coins is someone who's stuck in their old ways. And they're saying, no, work hard. The universe is giving us some experiences this week. So that we can actually become that person. So don't see this as not a bad week. This is a great week. This is a great week that allows us to make better decisions this time around. If you're facing a situation where you want to rage or you want to run or you want to just get confused, and I don't know if I want this, I'm not criticizing it at all. I do this all the time. The universe is saying maybe this time around you can make a better decision. Maybe you can stick with it, work through it, move through it, find solutions and new ways. That's what the Queen of Wands is. Do it from a place of confidence. I always tell myself this. Two things. I say, if I'm truly love myself and I'm confident in who I am, how would I behave differently in this situation? I'd be like, oh, I probably wouldn't even worry about it. Well, there you go. Because that's who you really want to be. You want to be that self-loving, confident, knowing your worth person. And the second question I always ask Divine Mother this. I say, what would love do in this situation? If I was truly being loving to myself, but even to this other person, what would love do? And sometimes it's like, I wouldn't send that text message that's all full of fear. I would say, it's okay. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay for you to have that freedom. It's okay for me to need this time. That's what I ask. And I encourage you to ask yourself those questions this week, especially as we are being supported and really investing our time, our energy, and love into creating really healthy, long lasting, and reciprocal and relationships that are going to feed us in the long term. We are creating long-term commitments, long-term relationships this week through our actions, our dedications, and our hard work. So I really encourage you, try those questions out. In the situation, what would love say? What would love do? And gosh, it has been a game changer for me. Or I say, if I loved myself fully, if I knew my worth, if I was confident, how would I act in the situation? You'd be surprised. So you know right then you're acting out of old conditioning or fear. This is a week of new foundations, pushing through, working hard, pushing past those fearful thoughts, and staying dedicated to the course you've set for yourself, and really reaping such beautiful results because you stuck to it. I hope this serves you guys. If you like a more in-depth tarot session, soul reading, healing session, my links are down below. My Instagram's down below. Otherwise, guys, I hope this served you. If it did, please subscribe, like. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for next week's readings. Take care.